Hello friends, and welcome to tonight's beer review, which I am dubbing the I went to the beach and swam by Barack Obama's vacation house beer review. Blah, blah. Okay, excuse me, I've already had a whiskey, so my tongue's a little bit loose right now, to say the least. So, today we will be reviewing the Beer Camp, as you know, Electric Grey India Pale Lager. Now, this is a collaboration with Ballast Point, which, unlike most of the brewers in the Beer Camp box set, I actually am very well acquainted with. They do some very good work with very hopped beers, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. In fact, one of their main India Pale Ale, which is called Sculpin, they go and name all their beers after fish for some reason. I guess because it's a San Diego thing, I suppose. And so, yeah, it's a very famous India Pale Ale. And I'm actually expecting quite a bit from this. It was one of the higher rated ones in the box set. Then again, the India Pilsner, well, that was also high rated. I found it kind of weird. Okay, so let's read this up. So, this nautically named India Pale Lager combines intense citrusy floral hops with the clean, classic malt body of a blonde lager. As ever, San Diego's Ballast Point looked to the sea for inspiration. A play on the fish's scientific name, Torpedo californica. Electric Grey pays homage to our hop torpedo, the source of much of this beer's big flavor. Its massive grapefruit and floral notes deliver a high voltage hit of hop power. And at 70 IBU, yes, that is pretty hoppy. And at 8.5 ABV, this is almost an imperial pale ale as opposed to, well, imperial pale lager as opposed to an India Pale Lager. So, this will kick my ass because I've already got a pretty wicked buzz from some wild turkey right now. Ooh. And unfortunately, I got a bit of post-nasal drip. That also happens when I go to the beach for some reason. Go figure. A nice orange color. Very clear. About a nice finger's worth of thick, fluffy, off-white head. Decent carbonation from the looks of it. Ooh, and that is hoppy. There's definitely floral, resin, grapefruit, and some dankness there too. And it's definitely got a whole lot of hop character to it. Yeah. Basically, you can smell, it smells like it's pretty well balanced in between all the various forms of hop color. So, hop flavor. Bleh. So, let's go and try this bad boy. Wow. So this is definitely hops from start to finish here. The malt adds body, but not much in the way of flavor. From the start, you're hit with a thick juiciness. Pretty redolent of citrus. This beer is thick, but you can tell it's a lager by the cleanness of it. It doesn't hang around. It actually tastes a lot more orangey than grapefruity to my palate. Perhaps because of the sweetness of the malts. There is piney and dank bitterness in the finish, but for such a high IBU number, it actually doesn't linger all that much. There's just a mild bitterness. Beautiful lacing. It's quite sweet in the front. Very sweet in the front, actually. So what's the difference in between India Pale Ales and India Pale Lagers, some might ask? Generally, I think it comes mostly from the mouthfeel and from the finish. Lagers tend to clear the palate quicker, and they tend to have a crisper, sharper feel on the palate. Even something thick like this is thick in a different way from, say, an ale would be. This one is still very strong smelling. As you drink, you can inhale it at the same time. And it adds just this nice, sense of dimension as you're getting senses from one end and from one end. Did I mention this is balanced? Now, when I talk about something that's got the appellation of India Pale whatevers, when I say something is balanced, that doesn't mean necessarily that the hops and the malts play an equal role. It means that the hops are dominant, but that the malts are well integrated into that. The malts don't clash with it. The malts sort of play a backing role. They're the baseline in the India Pale Ale, India Pale Lagers rock band. So, kind of ending this kind of quickly now, but that's just because, maybe because I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit more loquacious, things flow off my tongue a little bit better. So, let me go and say, resiny and dank on the nose, with just hints of fruit, but tons of fruit on the palate. Sweet citrus, a nice resiny finish, and good sweet malt backbone to go and support it. Not much grains to the malts. It's just mostly sweet to me. So, Electric Ray India Pale Lager. It really is much more like a Ballast Point than the Sierra Nevada beer to it. The only real Sierra Nevada quality I'm getting to it are the sort of resininess in the finish, which is probably part of the torpedo hopping. So, this was given, one of the higher grades of the Beer Camp box set. I completely agree. It's, it doesn't rock my world as good as well as Chico King or the previous review did. But, yeah, actually I think it is better than the 2-box. Not as good as Chico King. I really like Chico King. So, go out and get your beer count thing, man. What you waiting for? What are you waiting for, man? Get beer count. Drink beer count. Taste the beer. Cheers.